Balik apa, bosku?
Today, we take a closer look at the life and legacy of Najib Razak, one of Malaysia's most prominent political figures. Dato Sri Mohd Najib bin Haji Abdul Razak was born in 23 July 1953 in Kuala Lipis, Pahang, Malaysia. Najib Razak was born into a politically influential family. His father, Tun Abdul Razak, served as Malaysia's second Prime Minister, and his uncle, Tun Hussein On, was the third Prime Minister. Najib began his education in Malaysia before furthering his studies abroad. He attended Malvern College in United Kingdom and later graduated with a degree in economics from University of Nottingham. Najib is married to Rosma Manso and they have children together, as well as a family legacy intertwined with politics and business. Najib started his career in public service at an early age, following his father's untimely passing in 1976. Najib was elected unopposed as a Member of Parliament for Pekan, becoming the youngest MP in Malaysia at just 23 years old. Over the years, Najib held various ministerial positions including defense, education and finance. He served as Malaysia's 6th Prime Minister from April 3, 2009 to May 9, 2018. His administration also saw major infrastructure projects such as the MRT and high-speed rail initiative. Najib's tenure as Prime Minister was marked by significant achievement in economics and infrastructure development, but his legacy is deeply intertwined with the controversies that emerged during his time in office.
The key contribution of Dato Sri Najib Razak, Malaysia's 6th Prime Minister who served from 2009-2018, his administration focused on economic growth, social welfare and national development. Despite controversies, his initiative left a significant mark on the country. Let's explore some of the notable contributions. Firstly, BRIM is One Malaysia's Where People Aid. One of Najib's most well-known initiative was BRIM, introduced in 2012. The purpose of this initiative is to provide direct cash assistance to low-income households, helping them cope with the rising cost of living. Okay, the impact of this initiative, over 7 million people is benefited from this program. It improving financial security for vulnerable groups. Okay, the second one is UTC and RTC, which means Rural and Urban Transformation Centers. Okay, Najib's government launched UTC and RTC to make government service to be more accessible. UTC usually located in urban area, offering service like passport renewal, healthcare, and bill payment in a single location. Okay, for RTC, it focused on rural community, which is providing services related to agriculture, education, and businesses. The impact of this initiative is the center of streamlined public services delivery and reduce administrative challenges. Okay, the third one is Clinic One Malaysia. This initiative aims to provide affordable and accessible healthcare to Malaysians. Okay, these clinics are charged only RM1 ringgit for Malaysian citizen and 50 ringgit for non-citizen. They treated common illness and minor injuries. The impact of this initiative, it helped millions of people, especially for low-income families, by reducing healthcare costs. Okay, the fourth is One Malaysia Internet Centers. it became the bridge to digital divide. Najib introduced One Malaysia Internet Centres to provide internet access, especially in rural areas, and it improved the IT literacy. The impact of it is it enhanced the connectivity and allow rural community to engage in digital opportunities such as e-commerce. One is Kedai Rakyat Satu Malaysia. It was an initiative introduced during Najib Razak tenure as Malaysia Prime Minister. It aimed at reducing the cost of living for Malaysians, especially for lower income groups. Okay, the objective of this initiative is to provide affordable daily necessities by offering basic goods and groceries at lower price compared to market rates. Also, it target low-income families struggling with rising living costs. The impact of this initiative is it helped many families save on daily expenses by providing essential items and at subsidized rates. Okay, it also increased access to affordable goods in rural and underserved communities.
Journey of Najib Razak, one of Malaysia's most prominent and controversial figures. Najib Razak served as Malaysia's 6th Prime Minister and played a significant role in shaping the nation's political landscape. However, his career is also marked by significant controversies. Let's explore his political involvement in detail. Firstly, early political beginnings. Najib Razak was born on July 23, 1953 in Pahang, Malaysia. He is the son of Malaysia's 2nd Prime Minister, Tun Abdul Razak. Following in his father's footsteps, Najib entered politics in 1976. Firstly, he is the youngest member of parliament in Malaysia at the time. Began his career under the United Malaysia's National Organisation UMNO, a key party in Malaysia, Barisan Nasional BN Coalition. Secondly, he is climbing the political ladder. Over the next 2 decades, Najib held various ministerial positions including Minister of Culture, Youth and Sports 1986, Minister of Defence 1991 until 1995 and 2000 to 2008, and also Minister of Finance in 2008. He is known for his focus on modernization and development, particularly in the defence and economic sectors. One of his notable contribution is he introduced modernization programs in Malaysia's armed force and also played a crucial role in implementing the new economic policy NEP, emphasizing Bumiputra economic growth. And lastly, he became a prime minister. Najib became the deputy prime minister in 2004 under Abdullah Ahmad Badawi. In 2009, he succeeded Badawi to become Malaysia's 6th prime minister. His tenure as Prime Minister focused on economic reforms, including the Economic Transformation Program (ETP), infrastructure projects such as the MRT and high-speed rail initiative, and One Malaysia campaign promoting unity among Malaysia's diverse communities. And finally, controversies and challenges. Despite significant achievements, Najib's administration faced numerous controversies. 1MDB scandal, such as accusations of embezzlement and corruption involving the state fund, which led to international investigations. Alleged misuse of public funds, tarnishing Malaysia's reputation globally. His leadership faced criticism for issues such as rising living costs, suppression of dissent, and allegations of authoritarianism. Lastly, post-premiership and legal battles. In 2018, Najib led Barisan Nasional to its first electoral defeat in Malaysian history, losing to Pakatan Harapan coalition after stepping down as UMNO president. Najib faced multiple legal charges related to 1MDB and other corruption cases. In 2022, he was sentenced to 12 years in prison after being found guilty in the SRC international case, part of the larger 1MDB scandal. So, in conclusion, Najib Razak's political career is a tale of remarkable achievements and significant controversies. While his tenure contributed to Malaysia's development in many years, his legacy remains overshadowed by the scandals that ultimately led to his political downfall. Thank you for your attention.
Hello everyone. Today I, Muhammad SYAHMI bin Muhammad SALEH, will be discussing the major policy implemented by Najib Razak during his tenure as the 6th Prime Minister of Malaysia from 2009 to 2018. We will look into the goals in key initiatives and their effects on Malaysia development. The first policy is Economic Transformation Program. One of Najib Razak's flagship initiatives was the Economic Transformation Program, or ETP, which he launched in 2010. The primary aim of the ETP was to propel Malaysia towards becoming a high-income nation by the year 2020, aligning with the Vision 2020 agenda. To achieve this, Najib Razak administration focused on 5 national key economic areas, including oil and gas, financial services, and tourism, which were identified as high potential sectors. The ETP encouraged private sector participation and attract foreign investments. It also included talk about necessary reforms such as reducing subsidies and food to reallocate resources of development. Najib's administration believed these measures will create a more sustainable and competitive economy. While the ETP recorded successes in economic growth and job creation, critics argued that the benefits were unevenly distributed, leaving certain communities behind. Concept. Another major policy introduced by Najib was the first Malaysia concept. This initiative sought to promote national unity among Malaysia's diverse ethnic group and reduce socio-economic disparities. The slogan "People First Performance Now" captured the spirit of this program. Under One Malaysia banner, Najib introduced several programs. The most notable was BRIM, or Bantuan Rakyat Satu Malaysia, which provide direct cash assistance to low-income households. This was popular by measure aimed at easing the financial burdens of ordinary Malaysians. Another initiative was the establishment of One Malaysia clinics, which offered affordable healthcare services to underserved communities. Additionally, the government provides scholarship and training opportunities for underprivileged students to ensure greater access to education. While the One Malaysia concept had noble intention, it faced criticism for not addressing the deeper systematic issues affecting nationality unity. Some felt it was more of a branding exercise than a policy with long-lasting effects. Third policy is Goods and Service Tax, as known as GST. Najib administration also introduced the Goods and Services Tax, or GST, in 2015. The GST replaces the previous sales and service tax and was implemented to broaden Malaysia's tax base. This measure was intended to increase government revenue and reduce the country's fiscal deficit. However, the GST became one of the most controversial policies of Najib's tenure. Many Malaysians felt that it contributed to a rise in the cost of living, affecting the middle and lower income groups the most. While the GST did help stabilize the government finances, the public backlash against these policies significantly eroded Najib's popularity and became a key issue in the 2018 general election. The last one is mega infrastructure projects. Najib Razak was also known for launching large-scale infrastructure projects to boost economic growth and connectivity. These projects include the Mass Rapid Transit (MRT) system, which improved public transportation in the Klang Valley, and the Pan-Borneo Highway, which aimed to enhance connectivity in Sabah and Sarawak. Another ambitious initiative was the proposed high-speed rail (HAZHAR) project linking Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. This project reflected Najib's vision of positioning Malaysia as a regional hub for trade and investment. However, concerns were raised about the transparency of the tender process and the national debt incurred to fund this project. Najib's tenure serves as an important case study on the challenge of balancing rapid development with transparency and inclusivity. While some of his policies had positive impacts, the controversies surrounding his administration ultimately led to his defeat in the 2018 general election.
The downfall of the United Malays National Organisation (UMNO) led government in Malaysia during the 14th general election in May 2018 marked the end of its uninterrupted 61-year rule since the country's independence in 1957. This historic defeat of the Barisan Nasional coalition led by UMNO by the opposition coalition Pakatan Harapan was driven by several key factors. Central to UMNO's decline was the corruption scandal involving One Malaysia Development Berhad, 1MDB, in which then Prime Minister and UMNO President Najib Razak was implicated for the misappropriation of billions of dollars. The scandal not only damaged UMNO's reputation but also became a rallying point for the opposition, which campaigned strongly on anti-corruption and accountability. Additionally, economic grievances such as rising living costs, stagnant wages, introduction of the Goods and Services Tax (GST) in 2015 alienated the public, particularly lower and middle income groups. Leadership issues, including Najib's unpopularity and accusations of authoritarianism, further eroded trust, leading to high-profile defections such as former Prime Minister Mahathir Mohamad, who left UMNO to spearhead the opposition movement. The opposition coalition, Pakatan Harapan, offered a united and compelling alternative, bringing together diverse political leaders like Mahathir Mohamad, Anwar Ibrahim, Lim Guan Eng, and Muhyiddin Yassin. Their promises to abolish GST, tackle corruption, and implement institutional reforms resonated with voters across different demographics. Urban and younger voters, in particular, became critical of UMNO's policies and scandals, with social media playing a pivotal role in spreading the opposition's message and mobilizing support. UMNO's traditional rural Malay voter base also began to shift as internal divisions, corruption, and competing narratives undermined the party's standing as the protector of Malay rights and Islam. Following the election, Mahathir Mohamad returned as Prime Minister, leading a historic transition of power, while Najib Razak faced multiple corruption charges and eventual conviction. UMNO, grappling with leadership challenges and a diminished influence, struggled to regain its dominance. Despite aligning with Pakatan Nasional and returning to power indirectly after political realignments in 2020, its legacy remains contested, and its role in Malaysia's political landscape significantly reduced. The 2018 defeat underscored the evolving dynamics in Malaysian politics, shaped by demands for greater accountability, reform, and inclusivity.